Hello everybody, this is TheLisol. Welcome to my Week 5 of 2023 roster update for my main account, TheLisol. Let's get started. In preparation for this project, I put together a spreadsheet to track my gearing. I split it up into 1 week blocks, starting on 1-1, moving to 1-8, etc. I've split my current farms into 3 tiers, with 5 characters per tier, and then having additional tiers for shard farms and additional relic levels. As you can see, I don't have any shard farms left to do for this farm plan, so I don't have any shards on there really. I'm done with my GI requirements, and I'm currently working on Imperial Super Commando and Ugnaught for TB platoons, and then I'm moving into the Jabba requirements. As I deplete my stored up resources, this will slow down to a relic character every 2 weeks or so. The gear changes that we've recently got have produced a great opportunity for me to bolster my depth in fleets in the lower half of my roster. To take advantage of this, I've listed all the characters that are not currently in my farming plans to take to G11, in my opinion, the minimum usable level. Having a deeper set of G11 characters will allow me to set a slightly tougher and more synergistic defense than the current tissue paper defense I'm fielding now. These are not in any particular order, but the characters in the leftmost column are more desirable than the ones in the center and rightmost column. I've pre-recorded my gearing, so let's get into it. Alright, so I start with Razor Crest to 7 stars. I think I take his ability. No, his abilities are already maxed out. Then I take my TIE Defender to 6 stars and upgrade any abilities I have left over, which I think is just the reinforcement ability we got right here. Oh, here comes a cat. There we go. Then I go into my farming squads. I'm rolling down here to Ugnaught. I get him up to G13, and then I spend the next hour of my life sending up the relic levels. I take him up to relic 5 because that's what we need him for the platoons in the first phase of Rise of the Empire. I'm finally burning through all of my remaining signal data. Mainly the green stuff. The green stuff is what is my crunch right now. Is what I'm usually lowest on. But I'm able to take Ugnaught up to 5. There we go, pointing out the green stuff that I might be low on. Then I move on to Imperial Super Commando. I take him up to Gear 13 and Relic 5. And that's my 2 Rise of the Empire projects done. I've decided that I'm going to do 2 characters for Rise of the Empire platoons per major project I do. I have not decided what I'm going to do after I get Jabba. I'm thinking some Ewoks maybe, or maybe some other stuff. Yeah. Alright, here we go. We get Imperial Super Commando up to 5. And I think I might slot him into my Mando team. I can remove Django or Watt maybe and use him there. Alright, then I take a look at Boosh, who is going to be my first Jabba requirement that I get to relics. Well, aside from the ones I already have. I take a look at her gear, and it's really not that bad. It's a handful of Kairos, but everything else is pretty easy, so I take her up to Gear 11. Then I move... Oh yeah, it's those damn... the comm links. Then I take Chrysanthemum up to Gear 9, because I had some Kairos left over. Or no, it was stun guns. And then it's Kairos that are my roadblock here. Then I go to Gamma Guard, and I just take him up to Gear 9, because that's what I can do. Then I think I go and I upgrade some characters. Yeah, I've got Sorties, finally 7 stars. That took me forever, because I didn't do any refreshes on Sortie, because I don't really have a Sortie team. And then I take Santa up to 6 stars, which at the time of recording this video, I've finished. I finished her on Tuesday, I believe, or maybe even Monday, because there was only 24 shards left. She was really, really easy. Then I take a look at all my Gear 11 characters, my characters I want to take to Gear 11. I see I've got Barris, and she's easy to gear, so I just take her up to Gear 11. She's probably gonna get a Zeta at some point. So as you can see, I've been making some progress. I have my Inquisitors are done. My Ugnaught and Imperial Super Commando are done. So now I'm just working on the Jabba requirements. Initially, I was going to do Fennec first, but because of the thermal feats and the Hutt Cartel feats in Conquest, I think I'm going to go after Bush and then Chrysanthemum and then Fennec. Scando will probably be among the last that I do of the useful characters. So as we're tracking my roster growth from 129 to 25, I went from 7.996 million to 8.035 million. I stayed the same in Zetas and Omicrons at 167 and 14 respectively. I went from 89 to 91 G13 characters. I went from 15 to 13 G12s and 26 to 27 G11s. So for next week, my plan is to get Bush up to G13, or my hope. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to get her there or not, but I think I ought to be able to. So we're looking at her gear here to anticipate what I'm going to need to farm for the next week. Really, the big bottleneck here is the Mark 6 Athacam med packs. I need 120 of those. And we've got these Mark 12 Armatech data pads, which I need 100. So with all that in mind, my plan for the next week is on dark side and light side energy. I am farming 000 and BT1 shards. I'm farming the TIE Reaper. It's my last ship I don't have at 7 stars. And I'm gonna farm shock prods with all my excess energy because that's what Bush needs on her for her finisher. In Cantina, I'm farming green signal data and Sanistaro shards. In Fleet, I'm finishing off the Echelon and the MG100. Both are 40-ish shards away from being completed. I kind of put them off once I got to that point. There's no reason to hold back now. I'm farming G12 gear pretty consistently, so I can afford to have the extra the extra fleet node to farm. And I'm also going to be farming Mark 6 med packs and Mark 12 data pads, as I said earlier. In the stores, I'm going for Mark 7 scanners, the Nubian scanners, because I need a few of those, and they're raid only gear. Shock prods, which I need a lot of. Mark 6 med packs, Carbantes, Mark 12 data pads, and I didn't put it here, but any Mark 5 stun guns. Stun guns are kind of a bottleneck for me right now. And my goal for next week is to have a G12 plus Bush, hopefully G13, 7-star Sana, and a G11 character from my list. I'm hoping, I'm gonna look at Tuskens probably because of the recent ROTE ahead, but I'm not entirely sure. It's entirely dependent on what kind of gear I have. Well, thank you for coming, guys. I greatly appreciate it as always. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch at TheLisol. Join us in Discord, which is in the description down below. And yeah, I think that's it. Have a good one, everybody. Peace out.